Unmuted. Okay, that's much better. It's a good thing I saw that immediately. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Ethan Dragon here, and welcome back to TangleTower, aka Markiplier's secret detective game. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching an archive stream. Make sure you check us out live. The link is always in the description down below. We'll let you know. And as well as the link to the Discord, which I will let you know when I'm going live, what I'm doing, how I'm doing. If you guys want to play video games off stream, I do that sometimes. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Fighters with a person in my Discord, so I do that sometimes. Yeah, let's go ahead and get back into the game. I'm trying to figure out this murder. As you may know, or have seen very visible on your screen, I now have a weekly sub goal. What I'm going to do is every good morning, Kit. Also, good morning, Amy. I technically already said hi to you, but here we are. What I'm going to do every week is that if we get 7 subs each week, I will grant the last person who donated the sub a wish. Like Shenron from Dragon Ball. Alright, what was I doing last? I always get, kind of salty at, Let's Players and YouTubers who are like, man, I don't remember what I was doing last. I'm like, why didn't you just check the VOD that you literally made? You uploaded the video, right? And I know why they don't do that. It is because you forgot. Turn this light off. I don't need this light on. I was talking to her about stuff. She wasn't giving me information because she does not talk. Also, Amy, stop eating chips with a spoon. Seek help. Seek Jesus. You can't stop me. I mean, I could. I could stop you. I'm not gonna. Hey, old man, wake up. Tell me about your family. Let's start with your wife.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes, been married over
Hello,
20
Batra.
years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf,
That doesn't make
Just
sense.
the way she-
Most baby children
Lone
are.
wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She doesn't. Most baby children seem to be the most used to getting attention, so that's a little odd.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people,
Tell me about Hawkshaw. Why is she here?
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, red capes, of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle.
Oh, so we should show
It's
her the
probably
beetle.
a bunch
Got
of
it. Let's go talk to Hawkshaw after
rubbish.
this.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Okay, well, if that's the case then, would you like to show me what this is?
What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
You're an idiot and I don't like you. Hold on. Amy sent me a thing. Yes, me and Pudgy already did watch the Nina reveal. We did that Saturday. I used to do reaction videos to those. Maybe I should start back up. I haven't posted on my main channel in a long time. I've been too broke to pay my editor.
So, what do you reckon?
Why did that happen? That was
is he
weird.
a murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Damn. Penny.
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
Well, have you seen this? What do you... Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. I did see this. Also, Amy, just ask questions, dude. Tell me about Fifi.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
And that is?
Oh,
It's what Freya called her.
Let's see. So she really liked Freya. Interesting. Fitz!
Fitz? I don't trust him.
Why not?
Slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And
Which
I
one?
trust Fiona's judgment
Fiona?
entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Right. Fitz did say Fiona doesn't like him, rather. Interesting. Poppy!
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Alright, Gabe. I guess yourself first before we talk about Freya.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I agree. Freya!
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too.
Right.
Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at TangleTower.
Alright, let's talk about Freya's paints, and then your paints, before we move on to Hawkshaw.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Right.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed, yes. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh?
Mm.
So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from TangleTower. Safety first and all that.
Right, of course, naturally. Tell us about the brush and palette, maybe?
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah, yes. So we shall.
You didn't seem to have anything strong to say about anyone or anything, but let's try the painting of your wife.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
So that's about the case file, then.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
Alright, well, showing people the case file is probably not going to help anything. Maybe I could probably show Hawkshaw, but let's try Freya's drawings.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
Do you know what this photo of the painting is?
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
Okay, that didn't help anything. Why is the gramophone cracked? Do you know that?
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do.
And that's very unhelpful. All of these people are unfucking helpful. We can ask about TangleTower.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it TangleTower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
For whatever reason, this guy reminds me of, like, if Amy were to make a guy's voice. Like, if she were to do any impression of a guy, it would sound like that. Yes, rather. Alright, let's go talk to, let's go talk to Hawkshaw. Hawkshaw. Alright. First, the most thing that interests me before I forget. The golden beetle. You know what this is, don't you?
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it?
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Okay. Very helpful. And by helpful, I mean completely unhelpful at all. Let's start with you.
314 cases solved.
Cool.
314.
Alright, Flora then.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
That doesn't mean she's hiding anything. That just means something fucked up happened to her. Pointer!
Professor Pointer is a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
That's true. That is very true. Felix!
Did you get anything useful out of him?
No.
Sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious.
I kind of really like Hawkshaw. Fifi!
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
She's 19, so I don't know. I don't know about you guys when you guys are 19, or if you are 19, but I had things I wanted to do. Maybe not necessarily a full, strong enough drive to do them, but I had things I wanted to do. Penny!
I find her rather embarrassing. Little
Aw.
more than a spoiled child.
True.
Penny must be
That's
at
fair
least
enough.
25.
27. Just makes it worse.
Poppy.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave TangleTower first.
Quite.
Fitz.
I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
And Freya.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at TangleTower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
There's no reason why we can't work together, though, Hawkshaw. Let's just go through all the evidence, since Hawkshaw's a detective as well, so...
TangleTower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of TangleTower are far too ordinary for anything like that.
Oh, you suck at
I
your
was
job, then.
disappointed too.
We found some secrets. In case file. I mean, I shouldn't show this to her, but I don't think it actually matters, so...
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
I mean, I don't disagree with that thought process. If you have things you organize, you get a little stuck in one area, you know?
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
Not yet.
We're working on it.
That's a no, then. Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
Hey, do you know about this?
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No.
The painting.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
Gramophone?
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
That's cute. Crack
I
tape.
believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
Alright, so the crack happened recently. Like, really recently.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that was very helpful. We'll talk to Fifi about this a little bit later, but
A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
Freya drawings.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking.
No.
She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
The rough photo.
A photograph of Freya could be important.
Okay.
I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he?
Fair enough.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at TangleTower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What'd you
were
find?
looking for?
That is between myself and my client. The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
I'm having people with storage and sorting through my boxes of books to give them to the library, which I still need to call them. Hey, well, that's good. You're getting rid of some stuff you're not using.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I
No,
don't know.
it is not.
I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal, although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange. Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs for blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Some suspicious leaves.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from TangleTower entirely.
I wonder if they would. These people really are ridiculous, aren't they?
Great reaction to that.
You consider that important evidence, do you?
Alright, we don't have all of the evidence, I don't think. So, I guess we can... Let me talk to her about literally everything. Let us leave her in peace, then. Well, we don't have anything to go on at all. The astronomy tower? I didn't realize that's what that was. It was a hint. But we can go there. We should go to the astronomy tower and do what? Talk to Professor Point? I'm only asking about everybody. I'm only asking about the golden beetle and why it was in there. Let's just ask him questions, you know?
So, which one is TangleTower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
That's the same thing that, Felix, I think, said. Hold on 1 second. I also found my old reading glasses, which are a few years old, but they still work pretty well, so I guess my eyesight hasn't changed that much. It's because you're wearing glasses. I think the thing... If I remember correctly, I could be talking out of my ass. The glasses do not help your eyesight in terms of the long-term goal. You probably would actually want contacts. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Showing people the case file is not helping me. The harp statue?
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Well, we're not going to do that. Tell us about this letter.
Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar. I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
No. Not without it being questioned about why the egg's empty. Amy, why do you have empty eggs in your room?
Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical.
Okay, he gives a fucking dickhead.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon?
Why
After
would-
all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
No, it's not possible. There's several reasons why that's not possible, you fucking idiots. You're supposed to be men of science and intelligence. Get the fuck out of here.
Is this important?
Possibly.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary. Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
Alright, tell us about your quote-unquote arrival that you don't...
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
Wow. Paintbrush cannot be used as a murder weapon unless it has been used very specifically. Yes, maybe, like, if you jammed the straight part into someone's eye and they bled out or something. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. I think they will have to be stabbed from the back of the brush. Yeah, from the back of the brush, not the front. They're fucking idiots. I can't with y'all. I can't with
What's
y'all.
this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I was texting Naomi. Tell me about this weird fruit.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
Why not? Because he can.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady
So
on.
everyone keeps...
It's just a gardening trowel.
Yeah.
Looks like a weapon to me.
A horn statue.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
He's always wearing them. Why would he be always wearing them? Especially if he's talking to Poppy all the time who plays the fucking piano. That doesn't make sense.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue. That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage? Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either.
Bro, it's a crumpled piece of paper that says, "I'll get her." That sounds like murder to me. Anyway.
What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Okay. Talking to you didn't give me anything. Maybe there's something that I'm supposed to get in here?
There's something kinda disappointing about this room? I just
Oh,
expect.
does it not compare to all the other?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, great. Well, that's fantastic. So, I just got an email from YouTube that saying I've fallen below the criteria for fucking monetization on YouTube. So, if I don't post content in the next 30 days and get my shit back up, I can't monetize my shit on YouTube anymore. That's fantastic. Lovely. I love it here. So far, all I've been getting is fucking bad news left and right.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you?
Okay, whatever. That sucked. Yeah, I mean, can't make money from... Literally, streaming is the only way I'm making money right now.
It's a chart of the solar system.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
It's a
God damn it.
Yeah, it's too cloudy.
It's also daytime.
It's tidier than my desk.
So, even the most well-used notebooks.
Why would I be in here? For what reason did the game tell me to come in here?
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos. We already solved it.
Alright, and we got this. We don't need this. Why are we in here, game?
There's something kinda...
Oh, does it not?
Chad, you guys see anything that would be of interest that we haven't already clicked on?
Pretty. Pretty.
The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean? A spyglass.
They're in very good condition.
No, that's just talking to you.
Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
Yeah, okay. Nothing. Why did the game tell me to come in here? Maybe there's a clue here. You gotta continue asking. Asking what? I already asked about all the evidence. And I think this is gonna repeat all the information he already said, yeah?
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars.
Yeah, no, that just repeats all of this information. And that's still locked. I've been clicking everything in this room. I don't know what I haven't clicked.
It's tidier than my desk.
So, even the most well-used notebook.
It's tidier than my
So, even the most well-used.
It's tidier
So,
than
even the most well-used notebook.
a picture frame.
With no picture.
We should search the workshop. Is there something in here I haven't looked at?
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Alright, here's something.
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
Hi, Nick. I thought I had it, I guess I don't. Hold on, someone just rang the doorbell. Give me 1 second. Need to start recording again. Alright, so I thought... it was telling me to look at a certain area, right? And... So right here, the serpent, the rock, the X marks the spot. Oh, okay, maybe I'm silly. Maybe the X marks the spot is... for I. I for... There's nothing down here now. I don't know what this means, though. I don't know what the... Oh! Okay. That's north, east, south, and west, yeah? So... Is it closer to the north? It's kind of in the center. Let's try north.
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest?
It's kind of not part of any of the cardinal directions. Maybe it's more east? Let's try east.
Still locked.
No?
I think there's a connection between... Like there are different versions of the same thing, maybe?
No, maybe it's right here. No, maybe... Okay, maybe not. Try J?
That was incorrect.
The padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
Yeah, no, I understand what it is, game. I just don't get it. So if we're looking, maybe it's a trick question. It's flipped, right? So let's try serpent on the right, rock on the left. Okay, which is right here. Serpent on the right, rock on the left. Is it asking me which way I'm facing? It's asking me, okay, so the thing is asking me which way I'm facing. But I need, okay, let me try this. Okay, so 6H. And then we are facing west.
There we go.
There we go, got it.
Perfect. What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Nice, thank you. A model resembling a child with green hair. A model resembling a woman with gray hair. A model resembling a red and white bird. A model resembling a broad-shouldered man. Okay, so this is Felix, perhaps Freya, Flora, and a bird. The wooden models have been hand painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and brush is lying nearby. The brush has some kind of dried red paint on it. Excuse me, sir. What is this?
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Flora surrounded by her favorite people. So himself, one of the birds then? Let's go ask, is it Poppy? Not Poppy. I can't remember this bitch's name.
If I'm not mistaken,
Petty.
that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
That's why I came to you. For you did not tell me what the bird was. Great. Alright, well, that was an odd. Let's go talk to What's-Her-Face about her diary.
A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
And that was not helpful either. We don't even have a motive. That's where we're at right now.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Let's go talk to.
There's something about that diary we found in
Scared the
Fifi's.
shit out of me.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's not a diary at all. If it's not a diary, what the fuck else would it be? And the game would throw a red herring at me like that, yeah. It's someone else's diary, maybe?
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
That's not it.
No? Alright. I thought it's because I had the star on there, but I guess not. Looks like I did come to the correct conclusion of it being a different person, though. I have no idea. I perhaps don't even have the clue yet. Oh, here it is.
Let's take a closer look at this. This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Okay, this will be a little bit more challenging. Why would Fifi be hiding the diary? Destroyed. Thought there wasn't. Didn't want to see. Didn't know about, was always suspicious of. I don't know this one. This one might be a little bit harder.
Fifi didn't want
No, that's
anyone
not
to
it.
see personal secrets that everyone knew about. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within a library book. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets buried in the garden. Almost. Maybe just... Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets that everyone knew about. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
Alright, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Okay.
It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soulbearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the heart. I saw all 5, eyes blocked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could have do with a little company. What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little spooky? What do you think it's for?
I think it's to
Is
scare.
it working?
No. I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look? Looks like he's playing a semi-grand pedal harp.
You're some kind of harp expert, Sally.
Did you not know? I had a harp when I was a kid. A little handheld one, only 8 strings.
Liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
No.
Let's come back later.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna brute force that one.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Oh.
What?
Oh. There's
Oh, yeah. Tangle.
Tower.
A path leading towards the stone square.
Give me something else, Gam. Talk to Fifi? We just talked to Fifi. Maybe they have the books open? Oops.
A book.
No.
Is this your diary, Fifi?
Talk to Fifi about fucking what?
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
She stuttered on that one.
That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is?
You motherfuckers don't seem to realize the difference between a blade and a literal spade.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away.
It's Hawkshaw's.
The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth. An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But...
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
How can you be so sure?
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues. What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
Fair enough.
A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
That's a good point. I don't think I paid attention to that. But that's because the red paint is here.
Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next! It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Okay, that's a good thing to know. That's blood and not paint.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
Okay.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Okay. Well, that implies... That's good information. That implies that Freya had always intended to paint the picture with blood. Which is interesting, but...
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs. Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
You'd be able to tell the difference between red paint and red blood. Red blood as if there's other colors of blood.
Curious.
She has nothing to say on that.
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Not right now.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it. It's an illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving?
The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, so similar to a phoenix in terms of anyway. Even among avian mystids, other birds are often more aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has particular feeding habits and usually only eats the seeds of the tantum amica pictured. It's a feather. What Freya was holding was a feather. Not Freya. Flora? Okay, so we have several places to go. I will talk to those people in a second. I want to go talk to Penny. Instead of being here, just making some food. Yeah, man.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at TangleTower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one.
I see.
The very last.
Oh.
So, why blood? Alright, we got some stuff opening up to us. Let's go and talk to Felix then. Wake up.
An old wooden mask.
Probably cursed.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to. Let's take a closer look at this.
Got it. Yeah, okay, I see it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
What
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Alright, cool.
This red paint pot contained no red paint before Freya used it to paint Flora. Nope. All of the paint pots was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora. Almost. Maybe just change one. This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Okay.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right. Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Alright, so confirmed that the thing that I need to go talk to Hawkshaw. The thing that Flora is holding here is not a knife. It is a feather from the bird, right? I don't know how we're gonna get that to connect to the game, but oops.
Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
She continues to say nothing.
I really thought she was going to say something there.
I did too.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you? Do you recognize any of these feathers?
No, I thought she was gonna talk, but I guess not.
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general?
Nope, she didn't say anything, so. Alright, well. Let's go talk to Hawkshaw then.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
We did? Wait.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He's not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
Not a microscope, yeah.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a magnifying glass.
Oh, it's a telescopic one,
Hawkshaw
sorry.
lied about it. Almost. Maybe. The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you
I
like him.
harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An
Aw.
extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
That is rather complicated, but I think we should go talk to the professor. Okay, well, I was gonna see if he could sign that, but I guess not.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
That's fucked up.
That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put.
No, it's not helpful. It appears that I'm stuck again. Perhaps we should go talk to Fitz.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
It's good to know. So, whatever bird here, they couldn't keep it occupied? Fed.
That's quite sweet, really.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought It looks like it belongs to her.
Okay, well, we know. That's how we're supposed to get the clue about that. It makes sense.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Unlike Fitz. Fitz has a whole entire gentle giant vibe going on about him.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
I suppose that's true.
There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly. Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting. It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it, but it was empty.
Fun story.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
A little chart of... actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Still don't know what
Kinda
this
reminds me
is.
of a periodic table. Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
Yeah, still don't know what this is.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Maybe we can take a look at the painting and find something that way. No. No, I suppose that'd be too easy.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
You didn't answer the question, though.
The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are?
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell...
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
which as a mere abstract representation does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
You don't know that.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting.
Okay, we did get something.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
She'll likely not say anything, but...
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand,
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is. Let's take a closer look at this. The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink-dip bird.
Still nothing to
It's
say.
definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
It's her favorite. It's her favorite bird. The ink-tip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
The ink-dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
She says nothing.
Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Flora strung. Strings of Flora on a small bird. The handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya. Thank you.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
At least a year ago. I'm gonna go talk to Fifi and see if she'll give me any more information.
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Poppy then?
How sweet.
Oh, okay.
That belongs to Flora, I think.
Back from meeting? Welcome back.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly?
Oh, how nice.
Basha, you've been here the whole time, right? You just haven't been able to say anything?
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
Yeah, okay, so then you
I
know.
put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones, like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
Did I talk to Fitz about that? Interesting. Yeah, so then you know that their quote-unquote knife making a waffle egg sandwich. Oh, that sounds fire.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What
A week ago?
For?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Okay, maybe I should talk to Flora again. She won't say anything, but maybe she'll talk. Maybe she'll direct some energy somewhere. I don't know.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
No.
Stuck again, it seems. Alright. Well. Let's talk to Hawkshaw. You can talk to her husband in a second.
A book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that. Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
The bird's also either flown away or dead.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Because it belongs to Flora, right?
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
It's a bird bath. Is that just
The
rainwater?
birds seem to like
They're
it.
even singing a little. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
That's the same tune from The Thing. I don't know how we... I don't know what to do about that, but it is.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything does.
I say it again, these two, Sally and Grimoire, have amazing chemistry. They do. I really like Sally's design specifically. I like the way her hips are drawn, which sounds kind of weird out of context, but like I just like the way she seems really I get you. Thank you, because I have no idea how I'm trying to say what I want to say.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
That was not helpful. I've talked to everybody about it. I need to give me some. The astronomy tower? I'm already in here. What's in here, game, that you want me to see?
It's tidier than my desk.
So?
Even the most well-used...
I know I can ask about. No, I can't. No, I don't. I thought I did. I've asked you everything. I've asked you actually everything. What is in here that you want me to see?
We already solved it.
It really wants me to go there. It really wants me to be here. I don't know what I want. I don't know what the game wants.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Why are you staring at Freya? I'm sorry, Flora.
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
I can just about see the gramophone. You can see right into Flora.
Not by accident.
I can see behind her. I can't really see.
It's too dark back there. I can't really see anything.
You can see right in
Not
I
by
can behind her. Can't really see anything. It's the tower opposite this one.
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there.
Cool, we got something.
It's the tower opposite this one. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about pointers.
Let's ask him about it.
Okay, finally. Thank you, game.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're trying to get your... Oh my god, he's into, to Flora.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
I'm not actually sure what to put here, so I'll do this.
That's not it.
Okay. Was actually researching? Is it also the birds? Or maybe it's the beetle.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Oh, she said that earlier. And I totally didn't catch that. Sally said way earlier, you can't, it's too, Grimoire said it's too cloudy to be looking at stars. And fucking Sally was like, also it's fucking daytime. So it totally did not occur to me that he was looking at the telescope, looking at fucking not anything. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene. Let's do tower. Insects. And not up at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at insects and not up at the sky. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at insects because Pointer saw a bird. Nope.
Okay, so that was actually right.
Pointer's
Okay,
telescope
so that was, I thought it was too
actually
obvious.
looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's... you...
Oh! So that's why he hired, Hawkshaw. That's her name. Hawkshaw. And that's why she was being all secretive about it. Oh, I don't want to discuss the matters of things because it was supposed to be a secret. He likes the beetle. He wants to know where the beetle went, and he thinks Freya stole it, which is why Hawkshaw was investigating. Okay, I understand now.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand.
It's gold.
Freya was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens, too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
What's wrong?
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene. Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something. We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Hmm.
Can we figure out what's going on now? Because I sure say don't understand. Red herring. To hide evidence?
Paint from the paint pot
No.
was replaced by blood from the paint pot to hide the evidence. Nope.
Hmm.
The painted Flora was designed to match a real knife to hide the evidence. That's not right. The painted ink dip feather was designed to match a real knife to hide the evidence. That's not right either. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to hide the evidence. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Okay. It's getting interesting. Yeah, we're getting close to the end. I can feel it. What the fuck is that?
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music, simple melodies from a song. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you too, Freya. Freya?
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Okay. Okay. Why did we get a chapter drop?
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Let's come back later.
She just got more real. I know, right? Spooky.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here.
We have a ghost helping us.
Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed. What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it. What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Real thingy. This isn't evidence. This is a tool. Okay, I know what we should do with that. After I get done looking around up here.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Ew.
Huh. Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious. Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
I don't see anything of interest yet. Chad, you guys get anything?
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kinda.
I don't see anything catching my interest either.
Nothing catching my
Sorry.
Kinda.
No? Alright, then let's move on.
Where's that light coming from?
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think?
Okay.
Is that what I think it is?
Alright, you're not giving me anything.
The attic's directly above us, right?
Yeah.
There's a giant fuck you eye up here too.
The attic's directly.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Have Poppy play those notes for us then.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
There it is. Piano. Let's get the birds then. Okay, I understand how we're supposed to solve that puzzle. I just don't know where I'm supposed to get the rest of the tunes from.
It's another little statue.
He's playing a
He's
lute.
also...
Well, they're not and they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
That's interesting. It is interesting, but I don't know where else to get any other...
Ah, a little water feature.
It's making-
Wonder how it's hooked up.
Okay, I guess we just asked about the reel then, right? Let's start with asking Felix. He would know the most about that since he's always in the workshop, at least logically.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
We could try the gramophone.
It's piano music.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Got it. We need one more. I don't know where to get it from. Perhaps at this point we can just brute force it though, yeah?
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
A bell.
Let's come back later.
I don't think the game will let us. I think we have to, like, discover what it is. But the only place I know where there's a bell... We should talk to Penny? We will talk to Penny in a second then.
The bell jar.
What do
That's
people
other
know?
than bells, you mean?
Okay.
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming.
that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
And especially fancy.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
I don't think those birds should be in the same cage together.
A little writing.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's...
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Well, that's fucking rude. Yeah, you become a senior, you're technically in grade 12, but she's 19, so I don't think she's even in school. Unless she's going to Cool Egg, but I don't think she is, so.
Lovely.
Nothing to say on that. You really don't know your fiance all that well, do you? Tell us about your birds. I can't believe I haven't done
I must say
that.
the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What
Really?
about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
She was offended. Bitch, I would. Fucking asshole.
We already solved it.
I don't know where to get this last tune from, because birdsong, piano, the humming, and then a bell kind of shape. A bell shape.
Boxes of stuff.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
I don't know. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
Fifi's got some.
What is all this?
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm.
The game wants me to talk to Penny, right? Yeah. Which means I haven't done what the game wants me to do. But I don't know what that is. Let me look at my evidence. She doesn't know what that's for. None of these also mind. Let's just ask her about everything, yeah? What haven't I asked you about? This?
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
It actually is our business. It's actually super our business because that sounds like a threat!
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look. I don't know what that is. A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it? I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. Ooh, a secret diary.
That's our guess, too.
Excellent. Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities. Oh, that's rather sad. Wow, terrible.
You recognize it?
The color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene.
She's so extra. I love her.
Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable. Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue. Goodness me. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it. I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember.
Do you guys remember
anything
seeing a
about
bell
it,
anywhere?
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room.
Oh, okay.
Something
Let's ask her about it.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses, and there's only one place in TangleTower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
The best way to do that would be for a drawing.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
One of Penny's birds. Use a spy. Use a spy on Poppy and Fritz. Steal money from them and distract them. And steal evidence from them.
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
The feathers.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Okay.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand.
I don't think...
Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Still not a murderer, though. It's just weird. So we understand. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But that didn't help us at all.
We just kind of got... And that's something we, as players, already knew. Perhaps we should go talk to Poppy or, Fitz. Penny? We're still talking to Penny? About what? What the fuck do we have to talk about Penny for?
And especially...
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
What did it say so far? Talk to Penny. About what, though? Okay, I guess we'll...
Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
Well, you are, but I can't really blame you for that. You're kind of bored.
You know, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you?
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my Fitz, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
Why, though? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
My little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the book. I don't like mirrors.
Huh?
I do by weight. I can feel it.
I have no idea what to do right now. We need to talk to her, but about what? Do we need to talk to her again about things?
Oh, did you talk to Pop?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, that'll just repeat. Got any ideas? Cause oh,
Yes, it's
I didn't realize I
my-
didn't.
My flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Vulgar. All right.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Okay. There we go. I got what I needed. How you doing, Spirits? Thanks for your lurk.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
I'll just say that's right. Every evidence to every person, just to get that out of the way. Have to use every evidence on every person just to get that out of the way. Yeah. I didn't even realize that I was missing that. I didn't realize that I even didn't click the little thingy thing.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
Why are you lying?
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
What would connect it to Fitz, though? Oh, the soil.
Let's take a closer look at these. The pot and soil in Freya's
quite.
room matches the pot and soil found in the garden. Nope.
Not in Freya's room. In Penny's room.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the garden. Almost. Maybe just... The pot
There it
and
is.
soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
I get the names mixed up.
Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
That's an incredible
Turns
gift,
out
actually.
Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again, when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Well, that's fucking depressing, isn't it? But also not a lead. Did we hear some kind of melody at the main entrance? Did we? Bells! Alright, let's go.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the garden?
Okay. I didn't remember because I don't remember ringing the doorbell.
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to
Shut
solve
up.
this. That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that? Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Underneath. Where are we? There are a lot of bugs and shit here. I would assume it has something to do with pointers stuff.
And drawn entomology charts. It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
They can still be boiled in ice. Or in cold water. Or cold liquid. It's not how boiling works, is what I'm trying to get to. Everything's cracked, and that's the important part.
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
What's in there? Nine beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean.
They're probably either measurements or identifying tags.
9 beetles. It's mostly numbers. It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
Nine beetles. It's mostly numbers. A glass tank. It's full of plants.
There's a layer of condensation on the inside. Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
Forensic Entomology.
That's an incredibly...
Thirsty?
Ew, no.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
This place would never pass a fire safety inspection. Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Don't let me forget about the hatch.
Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Diagonally slide the latches until they're in the correct position. Oh, I see. Alright, this will be fun.
Nothing.
I think we're trying to make a path.
No, I understand what we're trying to do. I was trying to see if it would let me see how it will work.
I guess that's
The easiest part should be connecting the path to the two symbols at either end, since they don't move.
Okay, that was not a helpful hint.
Reset the puzzle. Reset the puzzle. Reset the puzzle.
I don't get this one. It seems like the blue ones are capable of linking to the lock. Good shit, Patrick. Good shit. I don't like the way that looks. It looks like it's slightly off. Try like on the orange, red, and green to link them to the blue. They don't look like they connect, which is why that's why I wanted to see if it would let me. It's gonna be off for a bit, but it's gonna work. All right. about using a short blue on the bottom lock? Those connect. It has to be this one, doesn't it? Because it can't connect. Yeah, I'm just gonna reset.
Reset the puzzle?
Yeah, reset. It has to. That one has to go there. There's just no other way for that to work. Oh.
Nope.
Just start on the left and try to work your way across to the
That
right.
is not helpful. Dark cloud in my eyes. This has to go here. Review all the colors that aren't blue, right? Those have the blue ones have to be the way they are, right? Because they literally can't go anywhere else. Otherwise, it can't reach the puzzle. This one can go here, and this one could technically connect here, right? I assume this path is also supposed to be clear. It couldn't be this simple, right?
No.
Just start on the left and
Okay.
try to work.
I have an idea about connecting them with the blow. What do you mean? Look at the lines for each color that is blue for right now. That isn't blue. Okay, let's do this then.
Reset the bubble.
What does green have? This one, I'm kind of stuck, man.
reset the puzzle. No, that was it.
Okay. Yeah, I just googled it.
Nice work.
I was not gonna get that. I just googled it.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
More evidence. A folder containing research notes and diagrams. Our unique flora and fauna is a byproduct of the number of its yet unidentified chemicals. The chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake, in quotes. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected.
Whose research is this?
It's pointers.
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Let's not go down just yet. We still haven't explored this room properly.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Yeah, that was
Definitely
really obvious.
Seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Freya, locked up. The golden beetle in Flora's tower. Nope. Freya wasn't aware of the golden beetle in Flora's tower. That's not right. Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in Flora's tower. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the greenhouse. Almost. Maybe just... Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the rooftop garden. Almost. Maybe just... Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
We are? We're done?
Ready to go down? Again?
This game is so cool. The lowest level, so it doesn't go any lower than this. Low, 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 low.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
A green hat. Not what I wanted. I wanted my evidence. Green hat. No one's wearing a green hat. Boxes.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more.
But wait, there's more!
They're also damp and empty.
Oh, that's convenient and not helpful at all. Ooh, what's that?
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
A metal rod. A sleek but sturdy metal rod. It has been stabbed into a photograph. The rod has been curved and pointed up, like an arrow or the hand of a clock. Like an arrow or the hand of a clock. The small loop on the back. Okay, that goes with the other thing. So, Pointer bitch ass is up to something.
So what's the photo?
Is this? Okay, Pointer's looking mighty sus right now. It's framed, but still slightly damped. The photograph shows a young girl, a large man sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
It's Flora's dad.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
That's not right.
No?
That's not right.
The man reminds you of someone? He's got scars all over. I'm a little lost here. Oh!
Felix made a little model of him.
I thought it
For
was
Flora.
Felix.
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is.
Lord Fellow.
Lord Fellow.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Felix made a little model of him.
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is.
Lord Pointer? Lord Remington.
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father. Meaning the girl
My
in
bad.
the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
That is kind of creepy.
Amphobe, Soulbearer, the Ink Dip, and the Silver Snake. An elegant bird with red and white plumage. An aquatic reptile with no eyes. And a long tongue. A Soulbearer. A crab with 3 different sized claws. 3 claws. Interesting. An Amphobe. A frog-like creature with 2 legs. Just when I thought we were getting to the end of the game continues. I'm into it.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
The rooftop garden, the aviary.
It's the aviary. That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
It's like a well, kind of.
It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah. The Grand Hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube. The Grand Hall.
What's that thing?
I think it's that big...
Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it? Music room. The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. Storage.
It's Freya's room.
That's fucked up is what that is.
The library.
And that's the lake, right? I think that horizontal line might be the water level.
It used to be a lot lower down than it is now.
Misted Mansion. North side cross-section. Is it not TangleTower?
TangleTower. Before the towers?
I don't think we're... Unless you guys see anything that I'm missing.
It's the room.
The laboratory.
Yeah.
And that's the lake, right?
It used to be a lot lower.
The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense.
Got nothing? I also have nothing.
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Roll of parchment on which plans for a grand mansion have been drawn. A horizontal line marks where the lake was before, and the second marks where it is now. The mansion has been built on top of a large structure above the lake, supported by pillars. Freya's room is listed as storage. A room with study is in the center. I think you can leave, but flip around a bit more.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom.
Yes.
Not lighter.
This is
Why
correct.
is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of TangleTower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
Does it matter? I mean, yes, it matters, but does it matter?
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Why are the lights off?
Oh, it's dark all of a sudden.
Yeah, why are the lights off?
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch. A ladder.
Want to go up?
Alright. The Hidden Heart. That's creepy.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3.
There's one of those things.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
That would be really fucked up to see in real life.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
I didn't realize the claws that crabs actually have 10 legs. I actually didn't realize it.
You sure we should be touching it?
I actually didn't realize that until Naomi got scared of a crab because it looked like a spider.
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
The limbs of the creature can be rotated, and the claws can be opened or closed.
This crab really reminds me of something.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
Yeah, in the book. Hold on, I want to check it. Hold on, let me take a picture of it. I get it's the card from the note. Yeah. That's why I had to go back. I don't remember what it looked like.
Is that a crab?
It's got a
Also, crabs.
So let's look at it. It is, as soon as I find the fucking picture I just took. Okay, so like that, claw open.
Perfect.
A crossbow.
What's this?
something somebody didn't want us to find. What is it?
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
I actually don't know what the blue part goes to. I know the red part is it goes to the bottom of it.
I think that might attach the crossbow, but not this part of the crossbow. I think that might, but not this part.
Yeah, I know where that goes. I just don't know where the other. Try the scope. Oh! Good shit, Basha. That's it.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery. Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
I don't like birds either.
Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Who are all the people in this photo?
That's what I was about to ask.
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Ooh. Who are these people? A photograph in a sturdy wooden frame is dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the base of the frame reads "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people have their faces crudely covered in black ink. One of them looks like Felix. Huh. This one kind of looks like Poppy. And perhaps this is Pointer?
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at TangleTower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
So, we're on the same page. Good job, Patrick. Good job, Chad. Does he... Okay, that's where we came from. That's where we came up from. What's this?
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
A large central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawing the gap in the center. A small sheet underneath features of drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure. Hawkshaw. Wait! That's the other... Yeah, this is Hawkshaw. And the picture that we have of Hawkshaw that we assumed came from Freya. That's her. That's that picture. They said it was relatively recent, or no one saw it.
Centipede, millipede.
Any kind of pede is gross. I fucking hate them.
How many legs has it got?
Too many.
Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank. A wooden stool.
Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Notebook. Several pages have been ripped out, but a few remain. 5th Ambassador located. Finally. What the fuck? Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works. Perhaps too well. The laboratorium was another disappointment. All the effort for what? He's more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom, nice view, and it's been mostly cleaned down, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful, nothing was moved, but I know. It's time. Gonna watch for 5 minutes to scram to my food real quick. How's the game? This is the most interesting fucking mystery like, don't get me wrong, I love Disco Elysium, right? And I love Disco Elysium style. But as far as a murder mystery goes, it wasn't really trying to do a murder mystery. This is a fucking goddamn murder mystery, and goddamn does it work. It's so good.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes, but yeah, there's something.
The feather. Not much of a pile of not much more than a pile of dust and ash among the ashes of several black buttons. Red-colored scraps and fabric were visible. What did you burn? I know that's the feather, obviously. It's weird that that didn't burn more. But what are the rest of these things?
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion.
Right.
But nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table.
I think Freya knows about
makes
it.
me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Let's go. I don't know what's supposed to go there, though.
That doesn't seem
I
right.
need something that could attach to the pinboard.
This?
That's not right.
No.
Something that's been taped at the top.
Taped at the top? Not that. I don't know. Basha? Oh! Oh!
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else. Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
The murder. Continue. So, they're making the assumption that Freya did not draw that picture of Hawkshaw. It was just in her belongings as a red herring.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure.
The murder weapon.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It couldn't have been fired from across, so it had to come from above.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there.
Murder
The wheel
weapon.
was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait, The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope, doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless...
That's right, yeah. Freya was never hit by the arrow. Freya was already lying on her back.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
She had already been killed. She fallen unconscious. She was relaxing. Has she already been killed?
She'd already been killed.
You think so?
Maybe not.
Freya was already lying on her back.
I think so too.
Was she relaxing or she'd fallen unconscious?
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The paint fumes? The Flora? Flora? What would Flora cause her to fall unconscious? The gramophone?
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
The music being played, the gramophone emits a poison gas. There was something in the gramophone.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
That's not it.
Well, it was in the gramophone, but...
Now I'm stuck. What would be in the fucking gramophone?
That's not it. That's not it.
Try everything. Yep, trying to brute force it. Bum, ba. Nothing, literally nothing makes sense for it to be in the gramophone. This is in the gardens.
That's not it.
Yeah, no, this is in the gardens. Not the letter. The painting? No. Grace paints?
That's not it.
The feathers?
That's not it.
Okay.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
You tried this already.
That's not it.
What the fuck would be here?
That's not it. 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 That's not it.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
Yeah, it caused damage because it cracked everything.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
They protected themselves.
With the earmuffs.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
Okay, because Fitz said his earmuffs went missing, and then Poppy found them and placed them on the thing recently, like within the last day.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah. What triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it.
So we got how that happened, but we don't know who and we don't have a motive.
There's something bothering me.
What's bothering you, Sally?
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Flora's gone. It's dark as shit in here. Okay, was I supposed to hear that?
And it's dark. And it's dark.
It's dark. Is a beautiful. Okay, yeah, near predator.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
The red person. What am I meant to be finding?
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
The painting. Freya was unable to finish the painting because she died. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. It's actually a fucking feather. Freya added the blood to the painting herself. Red paint was swapped out with blood. Flora is not holding a knife. Okay, yeah. What about it?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
We found it.
In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else. We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The
Yeah,
murderer
no,
couldn't
Sally
have
has a
stolen
point.
it if they were up in the attic.
So the question
Two people,
is,
maybe.
how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. I thought she finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
How did Freya show us her intentions of the painting? I don't fucking know.
That's not it.
Everything, just go with it.
That's not it.
I'm not sure if you guys hear that in the sound design, but there's some kind of clicking, like the beetle.
That's not it.
That's not it either. Random bullshit, go. You're stumped too, then, Batra.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
There's another flower there.
That's not it.
No?
That's not it.
Okay, maybe not that then.
That's not it. 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 That's not it.
What am I missing? I switched the mountain, but I guess not.
That's not it. 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 That's not it.
Did I not just click everything?
That's not it. 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 Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before
I
she started
see.
painting.
Blood on the brush was going to use to be painted. Please?
The black paint was going to be
That's not-
used to
that's
paint
black.
the sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
I didn't realize that was black.
Blood on the brush was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change. Brown and gray paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Brown and gray paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just... The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Yellow. It couldn't have been the gramophone, right? Because the gramophone's all the way on the left. So what was sitting in the window?
That's not it.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. The feathers aren't right either.
That's not it.
It's not.
That's not it.
It's yellow?
That's not it.
Click on anything that's yellow. The birds. Hello.
There she is, our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did,
Hawkshaw?
but she's a very good listener.
Oh my god. Hawkshaw, are you fucking Penny?
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Who the fuck are you? Penelope.
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind.
Okay.
But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
So, I didn't notice her voice sounded similar until she just got into this room. Tie your hands, leave her untied.
Lovely. Now, tell me, What was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice for Freya. I just wanted to help Freya's friend. I just need to know the truth.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at TangleTower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after.
I did say that. I did say it was weird that Poppy was getting the inheritance and not her. There was no reason for that. They didn't explain that at all.
Living at TangleTower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a TangleTower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
What do you mean, is now? She said is now, like Freya's still alive.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
What?
As I expected. After all, their connection to the Freya case is minimal, at least at the surface.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term, from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids. Like cryptids? Like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
My question now is the term misted real? Which, excuse me a second while I Google it. I don't think it is, but... It isn't. It is a term made up for this game. Studying, can you find the study that answered her questions?
That's not it.
No?
That's not right.
It isn't?
That's not right.
That isn't... Okay.
That's not right. That's not right.
We didn't find anything else in the study. Maybe not what we found in the study, guess what she found. But what would she find in the study that would answer her questions of fucking mistids and shit?
That's not right.
Okay, time to click everything again.
That's not right.
Although, now that I think of it, now that I look at it, this could be the frog thing with the legs they were talking about.
That's not right. 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 That's not right.
Okay, I thought it'd be bad based on that.
That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
We tried this already.
That's not right. That's not right.
Tried that already.
That's not right. That's not right.
Tried that already as well.
That's not right. That's not right.
That doesn't make sense. What the fuck?
That's not right. 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 That's not right.
The 5 missing family members standing together as a
Oh.
single unit, calling themselves
Okay, I kind of figured that out.
the
I'm sorry.
ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to TangleTower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, Maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to TangleTower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up, but instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at TangleTower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly
But he didn't
superficial
either.
charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
I understand. I get it. You found the beetle.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside TangleTower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had a little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique?
Yes,
Before
a few
Misted
times actually.
Mansion was built over the lake. Before the lake was even a lake. Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The Well of Freya Fellow.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm lost.
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Was it this?
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave TangleTower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the Beatles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave TangleTower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of TangleTower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Well, cool. Lake's Edge.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
No.
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
Wow.
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you. obviously.
When
what
I
happened to
reached
Penny?
Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What?
What the
Did
fuck?
she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
He thought it was cute.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I
I
think
like
that's
that.
what she would have wanted.
Freya. But Penelope got away, though. But she got away. But she got away. I want to open these credits to end, see if there's anything more. But she got away. Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on.
Failure. Get the fuck out of here. No, there's no, that's it. That's the end. There's no multiple endings. It's just the end. Okay. Okay, I don't know what to do with this. That game was amazing up until then. I don't even know how to... Okay, well... I have another game for us to play, but I'll wait until tomorrow to play it. Fucking... Good lord, man. That sucked. Let's go ahead and raid Pudgy. I don't actually know what she's doing, but I was gonna watch her anyway, so we might as well. Alright, guys, thanks for hanging out. Oh, I'm hungry. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow with another, kind of, I don't want to say point and click game, but it's definitely got some mystery to it. It's a much chiller vibe, much more relaxing, so, But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and read Pudgy. I don't actually know what she's doing, but I was gonna watch her anyway, so it's all good. So I will see you guys tomorrow, or maybe if I get really anxious tonight. Who knows? See ya. Thanks for hanging out with me.